7 brutal truths nobody warns you about. Dating after 60 is different. Not worse, not weird, just different. And nobody really tells you how, because all the dating advice out there seems to be written for 30-year-olds, most of whom aren't even dating. They're even not in situationships. But you've lived, you've loved, you've probably lost, and now you're back out there, or thinking about getting back out there, or thinking about maybe thinking about it. Wherever you are, I've got you, because there are things no one tells you about dating after 60, but I will. Welcome back to my channel. It's Vernon again. Today, I'm going to share 7 truths that could completely change how you approach dating and relationships at this stage in life. These aren't just tips or advice. These are game changers that can make or break how you approach relationships at this stage in life. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more insights on love, life, and dating after 60. Let's dive into the first brutal reality that every woman needs to face when it comes to love and relationships at this stage of life. Number 1. You are a prime target for romance scammers. One of the harshest truths about dating after 60 that no one really talks about is the alarming rise of romance scammers. As we get older, especially after 60, we become more vulnerable to manipulation, particularly in the world of online dating. Unfortunately, this isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a reality that many women face when they step into the dating scene later in life. Romance scammers are incredibly skilled at preying on emotions. They know that after 60, many people are looking for companionship, emotional connection, and love. These scammers will craft a convincing persona, often posing as someone who understands your needs and desires. They might tell you everything you want to hear, from compliments to promises of a perfect life together. The trap they set is subtle, often starting with friendly messages and slowly building trust over weeks or months. At first, it may feel harmless. You might believe you've met someone special who really gets you. But as time goes on, the red flags start to appear. Requests for money, the sudden need for financial help, or excuses as to why they can't meet in person. By this point, you may have already invested so much emotionally that it's difficult to see the scam for what it is. It's crucial to remember that genuine connections don't come with requests for money or offers that sound too good to be true. If a man is serious about building a real relationship, he won't try to manipulate you into sending funds or making excuses to delay meeting in person. If you're dating online or even meeting people through mutual connections, it's important to stay vigilant. Never let your emotional desire for companionship cloud your judgment. Being aware of these scams can save you from heartache, financial loss, and emotional damage. Now that we've talked about one of the darker sides of dating after 60, we'll explore another tough truth that could change the way you approach love later in life. Number 2. Your body isn't what it used to be. As we age, physical changes are inevitable, and sometimes they can be difficult to come to terms with, especially in the world of dating and relationships. But here's the reality. Your body will change, and it might not always reflect the youthful vigor it once did. This can be especially challenging in a world that often places high value on physical appearance and youth. Many women feel pressure to look a certain way or to maintain the same figure they had in their younger years. This can create insecurity or a sense of inadequacy, but the truth is, as we age, our bodies naturally change, and it's okay. Embracing those changes instead of fighting against them is key to finding peace and confidence in yourself. However, dating after 60 isn't just about physical appearance. It's also about how you carry yourself, how you embrace your age, and how you exude confidence in who you've become. Many men, especially those who are also in their later years, aren't focused on your body in the way younger men might be. Instead, they're drawn to your energy, your experiences, and your wisdom. That said, it's important to understand that the physical changes you're experiencing don't define your worth or your ability to form meaningful, lasting relationships. What really matters now is how you take care of yourself, how comfortable you are in your own skin, and how you embrace the beautiful, authentic person you've become. For many men after 60, it's not about how you look, but how you make them feel emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. When you embrace who you are and focus on building connections based on those deeper qualities, you open the door to a more fulfilling, love-filled future. Have you ever struggled with accepting the changes in your body as you've gotten older? How has that affected your dating experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've navigated this challenge and embraced the beautiful changes that come with age. Having acknowledged this shift, take a closer look at the next harsh truth that many women face when dating after 60. Number 3. Your adult children may not support your decision. Dating after 60 can bring up unexpected challenges, especially when it comes to your adult children's reactions. While you may be excited about the possibility of finding companionship again, your children might not share the same enthusiasm. After all, they've known you as their parent for years, and the idea of you starting a new relationship can feel strange, unsettling, or even threatening to them. After her husband passed away, my friend Anna met a wonderful man, and they quickly formed a deep connection. She was excited to share the news with her 2 grown children, but their reaction was not what she expected. Rather than offering congratulations, they expressed concern, saying she was moving on too quickly and that it might change things with them. They didn't realize that Anna wasn't trying to replace her late husband. She was simply looking for joy and companionship. It took time and understanding for her children to come around and accept that her relationship was about her own happiness, not about leaving the past behind. This is a common experience for many who date later in life. Your children might feel protective or worried about what a new relationship could mean for the family dynamic. But it's important to recognize that your right to pursue love and happiness doesn't diminish your role as their parent. With open communication and patience, you can help them understand that your relationship is a part of your life's journey, not a replacement for your bond with them. As we shift focus, we have the emotional baggage carried from past relationships and how it can influence your present connections. Number 4. The dating pool has shrunk dramatically. Unlike in your younger years, where options were abundant and meeting new people was a daily occurrence, dating later in life presents a different set of challenges. Many of the people you encounter have already gone through marriages, long-term relationships, and even loss, which means there are fewer individuals actively looking for new romantic connections. This is especially true for women. Statistically, women outlive men, and as a result, there are often more single women than men in the over 60 age group. As a result, women may find themselves competing for the attention of a smaller pool of men, and not all of them may be emotionally available or ready for a serious relationship. Moreover, many men in this age group have already settled into their lives, with well-established routines, interests, and sometimes emotional baggage from previous relationships. This makes it harder for them to open up or fully commit to someone new. As a result, the process of finding a compatible partner becomes more challenging and requires more patience. For those who are newly entering the dating scene after a long-term relationship or a marriage, this can feel especially daunting. You may find that the people you meet don't quite align with what you're looking for, or the connection you hoped for isn't as deep as you'd imagined. The process can feel slow and even discouraging at times, but the key is to remember that the right connection is out there. It just may take longer to find. Know someone who's facing the same challenges in the dating world after 60? Share this video with them. It might just provide the perspective and support they need. With fewer people in the dating pool, it's crucial to be patient, stay true to your values, and focus on what truly matters in a relationship: mutual respect, emotional connection, and shared goals. As we consider the limitations of the dating pool, it's important to recognize the next reality: dating later in life. Number 5. The financial and legal complications are overwhelming. Among the most significant challenges are the financial and legal complications that can arise when entering a new relationship later in life. After decades of managing finances independently or within a previous marriage, merging finances or handling the legal aspects of a new relationship can be overwhelming and often messy. For many men and women over 60, financial stability is a priority. They've worked hard to build their savings, prepare for retirement, and plan for their future. But when a new romantic relationship enters the picture, it can bring up tough questions. What happens to your assets if you marry again? Should you combine finances, or should you keep everything separate? If one of you has debt, how does that affect the other? These are just a few of the financial issues that can arise. On top of that, there are the legal aspects to consider. Many older adults have estate plans, wills, and trusts in place. When a new partner enters the picture, it can complicate these documents, especially if one person has children from a previous marriage or has specific wishes regarding inheritance. If marriage or cohabitation is in the future, legal agreements like prenuptial agreements may come up, something that's often a sensitive topic for those who have been married before or who are entering relationships later in life. Additionally, if either person has a pension, Social Security benefits, or other retirement accounts, questions about sharing or protecting these assets can add to the stress of starting a new relationship. Navigating these financial and legal complexities requires open, honest communication and planning. It's important to have discussions early on, so both partners understand each other's expectations and have a clear understanding of how to handle these sensitive issues. Taking the time to seek professional advice from financial planners or attorneys can also help clarify the best path forward. If you've encountered any financial or legal challenges while dating after 60, or know someone who has, share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we'll shift focus to the next challenge many encounter later in life: the emotional baggage carried from previous relationships and how it impacts new connections. Number 6. Being alone might actually be better than a bad relationship. As we age, especially after 60, we begin to see life and relationships in a new light. One of the harshest truths about dating at this stage is realizing that sometimes being alone is better than staying in a bad relationship. The idea of loneliness can be daunting, and many people feel pressured to be in a relationship just to avoid it. But as we get older, we often come to understand that a toxic or unfulfilling relationship can be more damaging than spending time alone. For many people, especially after experiencing loss or past marriages, the thought of being single again can feel uncomfortable. We may yearn for companionship, someone to share our days with, or simply a partner to go through life's remaining years. However, the truth is that settling for a bad relationship just to avoid being alone can take a much bigger toll on our emotional well-being than being on our own. At this stage in life, it's crucial to recognize that time is precious. We've already experienced so much, and the last thing we need is to settle for a relationship that drains us emotionally or leaves us feeling unappreciated. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means having the freedom to grow, heal, and embrace the life you truly want. It's better to be alone than to be in a relationship that doesn't support your emotional and mental well-being. And when you do meet someone who truly adds value to your life, it will be because you've learned to love and respect yourself first. Having addressed the importance of being content with solitude, we will together move to the final truth about the challenge of overcoming past emotional scars in new relationships. Number 7. Time is not on your side, and that's actually liberating. Yet often overlooked, truths about dating after 60 is the realization that time is no longer on your side, and in many ways, that can be incredibly liberating. As we age, the urgency of time becomes more apparent. We have fewer years ahead of us, and that reality forces us to be more intentional with how we spend our time, particularly when it comes to relationships. For many people, the awareness that time is finite can initially feel overwhelming. The idea that we don't have decades ahead of us like we once did can stir up feelings of anxiety, even fear. It's easy to think that there's a clock ticking, pushing us to make decisions quickly, to rush into relationships, or to cling to partnerships that aren't truly fulfilling. However, once you embrace the fact that time is limited, something shifts within you. Instead of feeling burdened by the ticking clock, you begin to feel a sense of freedom. This realization changes your approach to life and relationships. You stop feeling the pressure to settle for anything less than what makes you genuinely happy. You let go of the need to stay in relationships that drain you or don't align with your values. You no longer feel the need to settle or put up with situations that aren't fulfilling. You're no longer willing to spend years in relationships that don't bring you joy or emotional fulfillment. Recognizing that time is precious doesn't have to be a source of anxiety. It's a call to action, to live more authentically, to prioritize yourself, and to seek relationships that truly serve your happiness and well-being. As we've discussed, dating after 60 comes with its own set of challenges and harsh truths that many of us don't anticipate. From navigating the shrinking dating pool to dealing with emotional baggage and even facing resistance from adult children, the journey can sometimes feel overwhelming. Yet, through it all, there's a profound liberation in embracing the reality that time is not on our side. And that's what frees us to be more selective, intentional, and authentic in our relationships. When we recognize that time is limited, we stop settling for less than we deserve. We start focusing on what truly matters: emotional connection, mutual respect, and a partnership that enhances our lives. And in doing so, we give ourselves the freedom to choose wisely, live authentically, and build relationships that bring us joy, not just comfort. At this stage in life, we've learned enough to know that we don't have time to waste. It's about quality over quantity, love over convenience, and most importantly, making choices that bring us peace and happiness. If you found these insights helpful, be sure to like this video, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to my channel for more conversations on love, relationships, and life after 60. This is Vernon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.